Likability is a factor that is decided in our favor or against us within seconds. We get to know people and immediately size them up one way or the other. Sometimes the first impression can be revised, but this is a longer process that requires a lot of time together. With some people, it takes longer for them to open up and for us to see the real them. Still others wear their heart on their sleeve and make no secret of their feelings. In some, however, sympathy is something that is composed of many layers. We ourselves are our marketing department and our lobby. If you feel like getting some ideas for upgrading your likability, here are 5 ideas we'd like you to consider. If you like our videos, feel free to support us with a thumbs up, subscribe to Psychology in Mind, activate the little bell, and stay tuned for the videos we upload for you daily. Number 1. It's nice to be around you. In a world full of negative headlines and horror stories, wouldn't it be nice to know a place where the sun always shines? We feel the same way about people. We want warmth, understanding, and happy togetherness, instead of frustration and constant negative bombardment. Observe very closely how you feel in the presence of people who constantly nag or talk down about others. The gossipers and full-time pessimists manage to poison the entire atmosphere within a very short time. We feel drained and completely exhausted after talking to them. Besides, there is almost nothing more contagious than a bad mood. Or is there? Good moods, of course. We love people who are pure sunshine and joy personified when they walk in the door. Some people have such a disposition, and when they give us a smile, the day is saved. We find these messengers of happiness irresistible, and therefore seek their proximity. So much positive energy rubs off on us one-to-one. If you want to improve your likability scores, pay attention to your words and the mood you project. Number 2. Match your words with your actions. Walk the walk and talk the talk is the saying in England and the USA. There is no art to making big speeches and full-bodied promises, but keeping one's word and living up to the much-vaunted handshake quality requires backbone and prudence. The mere fact that we shouldn't be blithely chatting away all the time without thinking of the consequences makes us go through life more mindfully. We cannot produce empty words all day long if, at the same time, we demand of ourselves to follow them up with deeds. By taking this tip to heart, you will kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Your words will be more thoughtful, less frequent, and therefore more valid. Additionally, you collect points on the likability scale by not making promises you are not ready to keep. By the way, it doesn't matter how big or small the disappointments are that you inflict on those around you by breaking your word. Once you've been exposed as a big talker and producer of hot air, you'll have a hard time redeeming yourself. Number 3. A conversation isn't just about you. How corrosive do we find people who need to dominate every conversation? No matter what the topic, they find a way to catapult themselves into the center of the action. Unfortunately, the loudest people are often not the most intelligent. This toxic mix soon puts their peers off any conversation with them. Take a cue from these self-centered solo entertainers and then do the exact opposite. Bad role models are sometimes the very best. Practice active listening. Ask interested but discreet questions. Remember the names of those around you, and while you're at it, their children, grandchildren, partners, and pets as well. We are social beings who urgently need interaction with our peers. But the key word here is exchange, not monologue. Let others have their say and listen to them. You will learn 1 or 2 things that can be useful for you and your life. Appreciation starts on a small scale, but it can have a big impact, for example, in likability. Number 4. You are compromising and accommodating. No one likes egotists, divas, or just generally people who think the world revolves around them. Interpersonal interaction doesn't get along entirely without compromise anyway. People who occasionally put their own needs behind them and leave the field to others collect bonus points in terms of likability. But be careful. Overdoing it in the other direction by constantly giving in and bending over backwards will result in the exact opposite. Suck-ups and people without backbone are rather suspect to most of us. Instead of coming across as friendly and charming, we tend to find the soft-spoken to be chummy and almost a little undignified. Just weigh whether you don't mind compromise or whether it puts you at a disadvantage. The secret behind a well-functioning community is always a balance of give and take. If one side overdoes it, no matter in which direction, the overall picture is skewed. We are spontaneously more attracted to people who put the good of all in the foreground and not their personal interests. It is the team players who achieve a solid result for all, not the lone wolves. This makes them not only extremely valuable people in general, but also very likable. Number 5, your people can rely on you. Reliability and a sense of responsibility are cardinal virtues that are guaranteed never to go out of fashion. In addition, in the eyes of our fellow men, we suddenly appear more attractive and likable when we are there when needed. We are then appreciated for all the good and wise advice we have in store, and people start to turn to us without reservation with every request. Such qualities are hard to find. We are all the more pleased and amazed when we meet such rare specimens of the human species. Reliability has many faces. It is as much about keeping secrets as it is about punctuality and, of course, keeping agreements. A solid character always shows itself when things get challenging or even complicated. Moreover, counting party people in carefree times is not difficult, as we all know. However, those who stick with us through the bad times and lend a hand when things get tough are highly respected and at the top of our personal list of favorite people. Today's conclusion: sympathy wins. It is traditional values such as morals, manners, and strength of character that draw the winning ticket in the interpersonal sphere. The classics that we ideally took with us from childhood to the adult table never go out of fashion. Those who rely on these qualities will not only achieve high standing and sympathy in this world, but will also always be surrounded by people who share similar values. Getting along with each other becomes child's play when we perfectly master these simple rules of the adult world. That's it for today.
Thanks for watching. Did you find this information helpful? Do you have experience with it? We would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and let us know your thoughts. For more resources about mental health, self-improvement, and psychology, visit our website. You'll find the link in the video description where you can also connect with us on social media and sign up for our email list. Take care of yourself and have a beautiful day.